Alright guys, welcome to episode 2 of Cravers vs LUMERIS from 4X Alchemist. I'm playing my brother David in a PvP game, and we are going to be going after him slowly. Well, he's coming after us. We have to hide, because he's Cravers and I'm LUMERIS. So, it's turn 17 right now. We just finished PEV scale accelerators to get colonization of arids. We're going after planetary landscaping next. And we just increased our relationship with those guys, and we got the Academy quest that we were hoping for. It's only going to give 100 dust, but also 30 sweet titanium and 50 influence. We want all of these things. So it's good that we're finishing a caravel in 2 turns, because we know there are 2 atmospherics over here. And we have 1 atmospheric on this one, so I think I do it. Ooh, a little bit of influence. It's actually very nice. And we'll do the couple of other ones there as well. Spuds and Transvine. So this is going to be a great luxury dome over here. So luckily, we didn't get scoped out by that guy. Now we're going to go with extra dust from our hero, which will boost our dust production a little bit. We are on Toys for Boys instead of Super Tax Act now for the better food production at this stage. So we just got our new LUMERIS individual. And we really like that food. So, yeah, we got our new LUMERIS guy. Here, they should be growing somewhat shortly. 4 turns. We might be able to, switch up this one. So we'll pull from Virgo instead of Akamar for the time being. So that'll make these guys grow slowly, but these guys can now grow in 2, and we really want to have another guy out here. And we can colonize the arid. So here we should definitely colonize this one, because the super spuds, actually giving that 2 extra food, is a very nice one for us. It's going to take us a lot of time though. A lot of time. So what can we do but wait? Here, they're just waiting as well. And these pirates are kind of coming into my biz. I don't like it when pirates come into my biz. Alright, so the curiosity revealed is actually going to expire after this turn. There it goes. So we're not going to get them to 50. Ooh, we have some other stuff to do actually as well. This is a bit negligent. I've had the... I got that... bonus to... Ooh, hello. Found a Mediterranean off-piste with an ash here. Not bad. Alright. So as soon as David loads in... so we have a couple things we need to do. Remember, we met the Unfallen. Unfallen generally like peace. They're pacifists like us. And so we should definitely declare peace with them. They're going to be all over that. Maybe we even get a little dust bonus. We'll see. So that's the first thing I'm going to do. Say like, hey, Mr. Unfallen, how do you feel about some peace?
Goal is greater harmony.
Doom, doom. Let's measure the peace. Okay. Guy? Is it because David's in a fight? No. Let's try one more time and see if he can evaluate peace. Go, go. There we go. He's kind of into it. Alright, I'm up for kind of into it.
The Unfallen accept this proposal, but
I'll take it. Alright, so now with peace, this is great for us, right? Because peace gives us 16 extra industry, 12 extra food, all sorts of good stuff. Oh, but they're starting to send ships down to our butt. I don't like that. Alright, and now here, we're going to start off by discovering... Oh, it's the Horatio. Okay. Discovering the Horatio. And then exploring a couple of curiosities. Now, influence here is going to remain a really nice characteristic, because what we're going to be looking for is declaring peace with as many of these guys as we can, and then after that... Oh, hold on. Sorry, I gotta do that piece. After we get peace with someone, then we want to get map sharing with them. Map sharing will open up new minor civs, especially for us to look into. Okay, so we just finished a ship here. Six turns, a little bit more because we're going to expire over there. Get out of here, little ship. And then he's not going to pull, yeah, he's not going to pull from our colony anymore, so it can grow in 3 turns, I guess. And we probably will go ahead and build the sustainable farm, which is the same thing we're going to do here. Now the problem is, we actually kind of want to get to level 2 planets quite quickly here. The Academy was discovered. Come on. Because I actually don't want Lumeris on this system. There's no fertile planets, so the Lumeris give me almost nothing. I want to bring the Lumeris back to my home system and send my non-Lumeris... Oh, come on. Get off of here. Thank you. Okay. So the next thing that I want to get, for sure, is Astrofinance. I'm still not in need of the snow. So what Astrofinance is going to get me is 2 important things. The first is my system development option, which I'm quite excited about. The second is, and I'm going to do Redseng, because Redseng is the most available for me at this point. The second thing is the building is going to be pretty good since I have luxury resources on every one of my places. Yeah, I'm in a good spot for Lumeris. Like, this is, you know, it's not overpowered, but it's about where we want to be for this stage of the game. Like, yeah. Oof. This is the next spot we need to colonize. We want to keep our eyes on the prices of these things. So that's about 30, right? So we can make 305 by selling our 30. 8, 9, 7, 7. All not bad. Not bad amounts, but not huge. We'll have to wait a few more turns to really make enough of a push, because as you can see here, so we'll probably drop onto this one. Yeah. With its 6 food, which, yeah, that's going to be the best place almost certainly to come in. Yep. But to colonize it, we actually need 713 dust. So I think probably another 1 turn, maybe 2 turns. Let's check it out. So, anything else that we can do here? Let's see. Map sharing with any of our friends are probably... Well, let's introduce ourselves to the Horatio. That's free.
Your contact with...
Hello, pal. Let's then
Come to
see.
pry in
Okay,
the most
so map sharing
stunning
with these
man in
guys
the
costs
galaxy
125. Peace costs 156. Peace is what we want to go for first, obviously, because that's going to be the most valuable to us. We got a bunch of Arctics and Barons over here. How are we doing here? 10 more turns, something like that. Alright, we'll move to turn 20. Keep in mind, like, we're not doing too badly. It feels a little bit like we're going slower than you might expect. If it feels that way, it's because the multiplayer takes longer. But considering that we're at turn 20 with 127 points, you see we've fallen another 10 behind David's Cravers, who are already the point leader. Ugh, I hate it when this happens. He's the point leader against against an enemy Cravers and all endless AIs. Ugh. Not a good sign. That means that he didn't get screwed at his start. He got some good stuff instead, and I hate it when David gets good stuff. Ooh. Alright. So we just found a little something something over here. Lava gas, not the greatest, but what looks like another system. And now the atmospherics don't matter anymore, so we'll just take a look at those. Oh my goodness, an irradiated tundra. Well, that makes me like that place a whole lot less. Luckily it's just happiness, like I do counteract that, but anything that's pulling down my overall happiness makes me a little sad. At least a little sad. I probably should have thrown my probe in this direction. So we'll do this, and then I'm gonna go like that and see if we can find something new up there. And then after this guy is done, we have to think about what we'll be building here. And I think that this interplanetary transport network to boost up our industry even more is probably the best call. And I also told you guys that I thought we would have enough in our marketplace to make some moves. So we're going to try to not sell our blue caps and our red sang yet. And 766. So what was the number exactly? 706. So make sure we're colonizing the right one. Yes. So this one's going to pull from Virgo because we only have 2 places to pull from still. But that should be okay, because especially after we get the sustainable farms, we'll have 25 extra dust, or 25 extra food, excuse me. So here, our pacifists are clearly going to win. For our tree, we actually want to start, our quest tree, we actually want to start boosting the industrialists. So, this brings us to the next thing that I want to do. Also, what happened here? We just jumped up very nicely. Wow, a lot from Devoted. And I think we probably hit our plus 50 over here with the minor civ. Yep. Okay. And so, they definitely want sustainable farms here. So is Virgo actually now pulling 2 outposts? They are. seems like that's okay. Alright, so now you went to amicable. Oh, so they both went to 50 on the same turn. That's why we had such a nice jump up. We are now the suzerain. Cool. Ooh, there's some pirates flying around there. So I'm actually going to keep this guy here. And we're going to do a little thing where we just go caravel and say what we really want in this life is more probes. So probes we shall have. Ooh, that looks like another minor civ. And we're gonna also throw one up there. Oh, and we have one more. I love you, Lumeris. I love you so much. So much. And we're just gonna throw a probe over here. See what we find. Okay, so we found the remnants. We'll happily meet them. And we will even begin bribing them. Yeah, their ability is concentrated constructors, which give extra wonder cost reductions. Not super great, honestly. These guys are almost there. As soon as the first ships start coming, even with 24, they'll be alright. This actually makes me think, do you know what? Do you know what? We probably shouldn't pull from Virgo for the things are all the way over here, because they're just never going to get there. So as soon as this is finished, we're going to change that up a wee bit. And when we colonize this place, we'll pull from Virgo. So we also have to think, do we want to colonize like this spot, for example? It would be great if it had some kind of different resource, like a Jade Onyx or similar. Because as it is, I don't see it as beneficial. Shoo. Shoo. These pirates being here are very unwelcome, to say the least. To say the absolute least. There, let's actually keep this as it was. And just create a little fighter type. We'll call it like a piranha. Little fighter fish. Just give it a couple of these beams, an engine, and a shield. Build a couple of these. Okay. It's still probably, I think, not bad practice. Now, this guy should definitely explore some of the stuff over there. You, my friend, have just sent probes in all of the directions that we need to send probes. You have a long way to go, so why don't you just peace out over here. I have a lot of ships hanging around, don't I? Now this is a good one. We want to actually bribe him a second time. So now we're up to 4. And then we have 4 curiosities here. So we'll do, let's see, we've got atmospheric, life form, atmospheric. So I'm going to take the 2 atmospherics. Aurora waves and influence. Ice 10 and experience. Okay. I'll take that. The influence especially, as I mentioned before, is very welcome. And then we're just going to keep moving these guys upwards in our esteem. We're now getting both titanium and oh, nice. Growing. We're getting both titanium and there we go. And Hyperium, which is good for us. But we really need to be generating more dust. We have to be pushing this engine to the absolute max. And that means more population, more luxury resources, and most importantly, as you guys are about to see, we're at a really nice science for turn 23, 263 science per turn, which means it's time for us to go for trade companies already. Now, it may seem a little bit crazy to go straight for trade companies, even though it's going to take 9 turns or something like that, but the earlier we get this done, the better it will be. And also, the way that trade companies work, if you guys don't know, is they do so much stuff beyond just the generation of dust, science, and luxuries, which is already excellent, but they also provide food and industry to every system along the trade route, and so they'll follow the path of least resistance. So here we go, commercial frameworks, 7 turns. So if we build our headquarters here in Virgo, and we build our subsidiary where we want to put it here in Orion, which is where I want to put it. Oh, shenanigans. You know what? I wasted a bunch of time. Not a ton of time. So I want to put it in Orion. Oh, very nice. We can get extra dust here. And now we can get extra snow planet. Okay. And so yeah, it gives extra, sorry, finish the thought, it gives extra food and industry for every system along the route. So if it's here to here, then this system and this system, in addition to the 2 with the trade route, will all get a food and industry bonus. And that's really nice. Really nice. So, I actually have a lot of stuff to do this turn, because one of the things that I want to go faster here is that I want to have 8 planets colonized, right? And wait, 8 planets. Oh, I guess I really do only have 3, but I'm 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and if I go, yeah, so as soon as I finish these 2 systems, I'll actually have 7, 8. Which is pretty nice. Okay. So I want to try to get that if I can, and then also I have this available now. And I can choose either blue cap mold or red sang. This says I don't have any blue cap mold production, but I do. It's giving me 2 a turn. I don't know what that was about. It really thinks I'm not getting blue cap mold every turn? Well, that's rude. But we're going to do red sang anyway. And this is going to be good for Virgo, especially, because it's got a high population now, so that's 6 times 4, so it's going to get 24 extra food. Probably shouldn't have ended my turn there. I think that was the wrong call to end the turn. I just saw that David was done and didn't want to make him and his viewers wait too long. But I think it's okay. Alright, so I think we finished our Xeno-Industrials over here. We have access to a Tundra planet as well. Oh, no, sorry, not Xeno-Industrials. We finally colonized it. We're going to have to build our Xeno-Industrials. So, as soon as this turn is ended, so this is going to be colonized. So now we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 out of our 8, and we've got lots of planets that we can start colonizing. I think this one's going to Cran, right? Yeah, this guy maybe? Alright, so that's going to Orion, but it's going to take forever to get there. Absolutely forever. Which could be good, could be bad. It means that it almost doesn't matter if it's off-piste or not, because once the 3 ships are out, then it just works. This is taking a very long time. There we go. So, Cran, check. Yes. Now, Virgo should be growing quite quickly. Yes, indeed. Now, how much are the Horatio? 172 for peace. Those jerks. So, we're going to keep checking out stuff here. Super Spuds, sure thing. Now they're going to build, we're on a forest, an excellent, beautiful forest, so we're going to build this guy, and then we're going to build a colony there, and then public-private partnerships. And then we'll probably build sustainable farms and cerebral reality. So now we have actually a fair amount of resources on our hands. We have a couple of planets that we can consider jumping onto. We can go onto this arid, which has Transvine and more red sang. So this is a decent arid, especially since we can start pulling from Cran, which by the way we should do with Orion. We can also head over to Lyra, and even though it's an irradiated little piece of crap, yeah, I don't think it's worth it for us. That irradiated dampens my spirits quite a bit. It won't, you know, drop us out of devoted, but I'm more excited about doing something cooler, like going onto this snow planet, for example, which might take us about 1,000,000 years to settle. We probably want the steppes instead. Yeah, we're going to want steppes before we settle that one, because the food is so much higher. And then there's this guy over here, this Mediterranean, which has a Hyperium deposit and potentially another one on this new colony. On top of that, we want to get to, there we go, we want to get to 75 with this gentleman and this guy as quickly as possible. So we'll do that by, you know, selling a little bit more titanium. These guys are going to be interested in joining forces with us in 2 turns. And yeah, and then soon we need a little bit more influence, that's for damn sure. But hopefully soon we will be we don't have the we'll be off to the races with more peace with the Horatio, which means more FIDs for the Lumeris. It feels a little bit like we've slowed down, but 260 science turn at this stage is still excellent. It's only turn 24. I just want to keep optimizing every little thing that we can do. Right? Every little thing has to be just right. We're also Yeah, we're on Toys for Boys. The next thing that I'm going to want, actually, is I want to get access to another law. And so getting efficient shielding and one of these others, probably Xenology, which we're almost definitely going to get first because we want to get spin projects. Once our food is now kicking into gear. I think that's correct. Yeah. So we're going to get Xenology and efficient shielding to get our ships. Can you guys even see me? I'm going to turn on the lights so that I don't look like a floating head. Now that the sun is going down. Hello, hello. Alright. Also, we're going to need to deal with these pirates eventually. They're not too bad, but, you know, nobody likes pirates. They're a pain in the neck. So, yeah, my influence goes down when they're there. Little jerks. Shoo! Thank you. See? All you had to do is ask nicely. And it worked perfectly. So, we'll check out this thing. Ooh. Antimatter? Antimatter? How could I find antimatter? That's not usual. Normally that requires level 2 detection abilities, which I definitely do not have. So, color me a little bit surprised. Could be great though. Like, that antimatter sells for 63, which means 310, which means we can divest there, divest here, and be up to 100 or 1.5k, and go ahead, and we have just the one there right now. That was on the ash. Yeah. Well, I think there's no time like the present to start making more goodness. So we shall. 5 turns to commercial frameworks. Alright, and so then we're going to be up to 7 people. Here we got our second Harashem, who will eventually want to go onto that sterile lava planet. Or we just keep it as Lumeris. This Lumeris should definitely not be on the snow. We'll correct him when the turn starts. But by the way, we're on 3, 4, 5 colonized planets right now. Six. Okay. Baryonic shielding will have to come at some point soon. Alright. This is going to Orion though, so that's excellent. We could even send some population already from Virgo to Akamar, which might not be the end of the world. Might not be a bad idea. Great. He's providing us with a portion of resources. So we're at the Lumeris building phase right now. We have 2 Nahasts, right? And 2 Harashems. We have a big sterile ash over here. And the Lumeris are actually useless on that planet. So how about we do this? How about we take 2 of our pals here. Oof. Yeah, I think it's actually fine. take 2 of our pals and send them over to Akamar, where they can really be used. Like, it'll take 2 turns, but they can really be useful here. Ugh, I hate those strong magnetic fields. But like, these places are driven primarily by the industry, or sorry, by population for their industry, which means they need to get to a lot of people fast. I'm driven here primarily by my industry, or industrial infrastructure for my production here, which means I don't need my population as much. On top of that, alright, so I'm only at 19, but I'm at +8 red saying a turn now, which is great. I'm gonna move to here. We should be at 75 in 3 turns, and in 3 turns. So that's pretty much where we want to be. You, my dear friend, want to boop and run.
Your contact with us brings more worry than joy. Horatio,
Oh,
do not trust you.
he doesn't like me at all. Okay, well, that means I'm going to go to my secondary use of... Ooh! Somehow, I met
Sometimes it's hard to tell your
the Lumeris. And if there's one thing that the Lumeris like, it's peace. Unfortunately, I don't have enough influence to ask for anything else, but I'll definitely take the peace.
a deal then. May our
So that means I'm up to plus 30% FIDS on all systems, which is something I definitely don't mind, let's say. Alright, and we're back up to 480. We should be settling these guys too soon. Okay. So almost at Koyos. We might want to take this guy, because he's a Mediterranean with presumably some good looking stuff. It looks like perhaps some more resources there. Luxuries or whatever. Although he'll probably be isolated. Yeah, the fact that these guys are just making Lumeris is such a waste. Such a waste. Right. So those are strong pirates, by the way, if you just saw that. That was 80 power. Mostly in long range, so they're missiles. Yeah. Yeah, we have 61 power per ship, but we're stuck in short range, basically. Fireworks outside here in Germany. Very pretty. Oh. He really doesn't like us. Man, what's the old problem? And by the way, the one thing that this doesn't do for us is it doesn't get us much closer to where we want to be for making the quest happen. Right? Because the quest that we have is to all about maximizing the dust production on our home planet, and we're not doing much of maximizing the dust on our home planet when we're sending guys away from us. So we'll have to fix that later, and we will. And we will. Okay. So, are we now at 2 turns still, or 1 turn over here? Ugh. Alright, I'm not going to spend 350 because I'm impatient to save 1 turn. I want to, but I'm not going to. Also, this 5 titanium, love it. Love it, love it, love it. So, how about these guys? Increasing yields and giving access to the faction trait. Alright. Plus 20 happiness per hero. That's kind of cool. But we actually don't want to sacrifice our red sang right now. So I'm not that interested in putting that away. We should be up at plus 10 red sang a turn now, or are we still at plus 8? Okay, 8 included the snow. Woohoo! I missed you. Boreal Terran. Oh, David, don't end your turn yet. Don't end your turn. I gotta go. I gotta go. I gotta go, go, go. Get that titanium out of here. I still don't have enough dust. Ah, I never have enough dust. Welcome to my life. The life of a man without enough dust. Almost turned 30. Yeah, the world is heating up a little bit. Definitely heating up. So, one of the things, as long as we're waiting for David to do whatever his cravers are doing, let's check in on the score a little bit. So, we're definitely in heat with the top AIs here. So, the best AI score is 183. We're at 177 with Lumeris, which, for a race that tends to be thought of as going a bit slower, I'm quite pleased with overall. Alright, so we were going to do the steppes as the next one to colonize out there, but xenology is going to be our next actual technology. So Kran is actually not pulling anything from Orion, is that right? Because there's 3 ships already on the way, which means after it gets this guy, we can actually, after it gets its next person, we can actually pull Forkuma from Kran. Let Virgo continue to grow. Cool, now we're present over here. Building our sustainable farms so that these guys can grow even faster. Now, this is a little bit like what you might imagine an extra Harasham.
Presence and communication is a source of endless
You're
Hey
one of
man,
our
you're my
favorite
pal too.
fish in this galactic sea.
Hey! Guys, I like you. You're my sorts of people. Alright, let's fight this motherfucker. Do you want to fight us? I'm ready. Ooh, he's not ready. Hold on. I'm gonna... there we are. So he's got his missiles, remember? So we're gonna try to rush into close range. Our Caravel has... oh yeah. Oh, he chose Turtle. So he ran into close range with us where he could barely
How are
shoot.
you these days? Care for a little business?
Oh, trade agreement. All of your HQs and the other players' subsidiaries. Yeah. I'm totally up for that one. That might be exactly the sort of edge that I need to get in front of David's Cravers. Ah, my pals the AIs. For him, the AIs are just dumb meat to be taken because they have good starting planets. But me, they're my friends. My people. for I, like them, get killed by David's Cravers. Alright. So, how many turns until... Ugh. 2 more turns still until we impress. 1 more turn here. Our luxuries look like 1 more turn until we can go on Akamar. So let's... Oh, we're going to pull from Kuma. Hello. Oh. Koyos finished, so that's 3 planets. I think we should be in really good shape here, right? We're at 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Finishing on Orion, which says 5 turns right now, will give us 6. We'll probably get there in 4, though, by finishing the colony on Cran. Oh, I got a 10-minute warning from David, so I think that this second video is going to start winding down after this turn. Okay. So, guys, at the start of this one, I'm going to bring this second video to a close. Turn 29, so it's been 2 vids, and we're right here finishing our commercial frameworks. Turn 29 is about when we want to be doing this. If we have a good start, like we have, with a pretty decent thing going on, we're going to be going for our second laws and starting the real snowball in the next one. Alright, stay tuned.